Hello everybody and welcome to yet another episode of Let's Play Resident Evil 6. And not only is this a brand new episode, it is also a brand new campaign. We have just completed campaign number 2 of this Let's Play, Leon Kennedy's and Helena's campaign. And now we are moving into Chris Redfield's and Piers' campaign. And as usual, because we are beginning a new campaign, we are also going to have a brand new co-Let's Player. So for this new Let's Player, I'm very excited to be working with him because he is a rising LPer himself. I think he started several months ago. And he just seems to be an amazing person, a great guy, and I'm definitely very excited to get to know him through this experience. So his channel, I'm going to be putting it down at the bottom, is MyCorner102, but he's also known as Sam. So yeah, Sam, welcome.
Hello.
Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit about like what kind of games you enjoy and a little bit about some of the previous Resident Evil games that you've played yourself, if you have played any of the previous Resident Evil games.
Yeah, I've done on my Wii. I've done the Resident Evil 4, and I got kind of far into that. I died too many times.
You died too many times.
I died way too many times, and I kind of got frustrated. And I kind of put it down for a while, and I wasn't going to do Resident Evil for a really long time because I kind of got frustrated with the series. And then I saw like a playthrough of RE5, and I figured this is pretty good. I saw an LP of it somewhere else, and this is pretty good. Maybe I'll get back into it. And then I saw Resident, and that was about the time Resident Evil 6 came out.
Gotcha.
So I'll do this, and I'll definitely go back and play Resident Evil 4 after this. So finish that out.
But you said you saw a full LP of Resident Evil 5, or you saw
yeah,
part?
I saw
Oh,
one.
cool. So you're very familiar then with what the events, what's been going on with Chris Redfield recently in the story.
Yeah.
That's really
I
cool.
haven't played the first 3 though, because I know Chris appeared in the first Resident Evil.
Okay. This actually works out really well because I actually have not played Resident Evil 4 or 5. So, especially since we're doing Chris Redfield's campaign, you can fill me in on a few things that might have happened in Resident Evil 5 that I'm not aware of. I know some things just from summaries, but I don't know all the nitty-gritty details of the playthrough since I haven't experienced the game fully myself. But I also wanted to ask you, Sam, before we begin, you have, just like Shally, Sam has also played Jake's and Leon's campaign prior to our LP, just so that he has the same information story-wise. But the interesting thing, though, is that he started with Leon's campaign and then went into Jake's campaign. And when we do a wrap-up video at the very end, I'm gonna do when I beat this game, we're gonna bring back all 4 of the co-LPers, just so we can discuss our different experiences and our thoughts of the game overall. And one of the things that I thought would be interesting would be to talk about people's different experiences through the story based on the order that they played through the campaign. So, Sam, what I want to ask you is, what kind of things did you find was unique about playing through Leon first and then going to Jake and Sherry's campaign?
Because I had done Resident Evil 4, so, and especially the prelude, so I kind of continue on with Leon's just instinctively. And
makes sense.
And that Leon's didn't have that kind of 4-player moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting comparing the two, having played both of them, and that Jake's was very much had that kind of 4-player co-op sense from the very beginning, towards the end of the first chapter. And Leon's, however, didn't. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of felt more like a traditional. I was kind of warmed up to it, so to say, through Leon's campaign. And
cool.
I love the 4-player parts.
Nice.
And then Jake's was nice because it was pretty much so many parts of that were 4-player, so that was great.
Yeah, so you pretty much agree that the 2 campaigns, while similar, did have a unique feel to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about this more in depth during the wrap-up video, folks. Sam, I have one more question to ask you. Between Leon's and Jake's campaign, which one did you favor more?
So that's a really tough question because, to be honest, I like Leon's, especially at the end. All of that was great. But Jake, I like the kind of relationship that developed. I kind of wanted him to say Supergirl a little bit more, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wanted the ending to be like, we saved the world, Supergirl. I didn't want that. But it was a great relationship between Jake and Sherry, and that they kind of had so much similar.
That's very true. I definitely agree with you on it being a very difficult question to answer because the end of Leon's campaign story-wise, especially when you reach the end of chapter 4, like Shally and I were just blown away by pretty much that entire chapter in general, chapter 4 of Leon's campaign. And but like you said, I think that I enjoyed the character development between Jake and Sherry more than between Leon and Helena.
Yeah.
So I'm probably partial because it was the first campaign that I played, but I think I just slightly favor Jake and Sherry's campaign over Leon's, which to me is surprising because I always keep saying how much I enjoy the classic survival horror Resident Evils all the time, and yet I still favored Jake and Sherry's campaign a little bit more than Leon's. So like I said, guys, we're gonna be doing Chris's campaign along with Hot Schmex Piers.
That's okay. I'll be fawning over Chris to balance things out.
we'll be fawning over each other. This is kind of awkward. This is a great way. What a great way to get to know each other by fawning over each other's character. This is gonna be so. Fair warning to all of you people out there, if you haven't been scared off by that yet. June 29, 2013, Eastern Europe. That's where Jake and Sherry are. This is actually the day before they meet, I think. There you are, Chris.
Another round.
Oh, I think that's Piers. Nom 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 nom. Red meat.
There's no stubble, though. There's no stubble.
Hard to find a good steak around here. Not like back home.
Fill her up.
You've had enough.
Listen, sweetheart. You're here to pour drinks and look pretty. So how about you shut your mouth?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet you get the hell out of my bar.
You got what you deserve.
She's Orlesian. She's from Orlais.
Nowhere to go.
He's kind of got a Jensen thing going on, doesn't he?
He does.
Ej, dama vas je zamolila da odete. I said she asked you to leave.
Oh.
Never thought I'd find Chris Redfield wasting away in a shithole like this.
Who the hell are you?
Piers. Piers Nivans?
Never heard of you.
How about this? You heard of this?
What is that?
You really don't remember anything, do you?
Is that...
Bioterrorism.
Oh, jeez.
You can't hide from your past, Chris. No matter where you go or what you do.
Who are you? What is this?
Okay. You don't remember me? Well, how about them? Look. I said look! Those were your men. Men who died under your command. You owe it to them to remember, Chris. If you walk away now, then this was all for nothing! Enough! Damn it. 6 months of searching for you. And this is what I find.
BSAA.
BSAA.
Yeah. It's where you belong. Everyone's waiting.
Everyone.
Oh. Uh-oh.
We're taking you back, Captain.
Oh, okay.
One way or another.
That's better.
that's a better outcome.
I was like, okay, good. Oh. Oh, wow.
See, now I haven't played as... Is Piers new? Because I know that you're more knowledgeable about the Resident Evil universe.
I believe Piers is a completely new character.
Okay.
I don't think he's appeared... I mean, I haven't played through 4 or 5, but I don't think he appeared in 4 and 5, to my knowledge. So, right off the bat, I'm surprised for a number of things.
I can't keep running away. I have to face the truth. Accept responsibility. That's the only way I'll ever remember. The only way I'll get my life back.
HQ to Alpha Team. No change to your mission. Suppress the bioterror outbreak while proceeding to point Ace of Spades.
Roger that. Prepare to drop on the 8 o'clock. We'll make our way to the Ace of Spades and find those UN workers.
Okay, right into the action.
Yeah.
This is going to be an action-packed campaign.
Alright.
Oh.
Yeah, you're waiting for me. I just wanted to bring up a few things before we begin, Sam, before the action begins.
Okay.
After watching the opening cutscene, I was kind of shocked. Well, yeah, I was pretty shocked because I did not expect Chris's campaign to begin that way. Seeing Chris totally drunk and completely going into a spiral, I guess, a downward spiral into his life. Like, I'm so used to seeing Chris Redfield portrayed as this really heroic kind of character, because, you know, he's the very first main character in the Resident Evil series, starting with Resident Evil 1, and just seeing him at his low is just not something that I expected, you know, going into this. Like I don't know if you felt the same way.
Well, I mean, after Resident Evil 5, I would say that he kind of lost, because he lost Jill. Or did he lose?
I thought he rescued Jill. I thought that they thought Jill died. My understanding is they thought Jill died, and then he saw Jill being mind controlled by Wesker, and then I thought they saved her from the mind control.
I think, yeah. They might have. I might be remembering that wrong. But I know that I don't quite know. I mean, because he did go through all of Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5, he was kind of much more unstable in the kind of way that I don't think he was in Resident Evil 1. It just must have been the difference in writing over the years.
Well, I think when you think about Chris's character, he's had to deal with all of these different crazy stuff for years and years and years, like the Raccoon City incident, the Spencer Mansion incident. You know, he's had to deal with a lot of things, and I can imagine that psychologically it's really draining on a person. So I definitely don't expect him to be the same person, personality-wise, in Resident Evil 5 than I did with him in Resident Evil 1. So I guess my question is, so he did seem to be a very different character in Resident Evil 5 when you were experiencing Resident Evil 5. So I guess because you played through that, or not, maybe experienced through that game, you're not as surprised that...
Yeah, because he was really distraught when Jill was mind controlled. He was very distraught.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
all of the events leading up to that.
Then that
and
makes...
kind of...
Yeah.
And especially with Wesker, he was kind of really... you could tell that there was a kind of... he was almost kind of... I guess he was kind of guilty, because a good portion of him killing off Wesker in RE5 was kind of this... I guess he kind of felt angry, and he kind of because it wasn't part. He has this kind of duty mentality that, to him, feeling that anger, kind of makes it too compromised, and he would kind of feel. I think he feels kind of guilty in a sort of way.
Gotcha. Then that definitely makes more sense. I'm glad you told me that, because I think that makes the opening scene. It makes sense that he's got a lot of baggage, and he's got a lot of issues that he has to deal with. So of course, he wants to forget all of the horrors that he's been experiencing for the last 15, 12 years or so. And I'm sure it's definitely something. The stuff he's seen and experienced is something that can drive anyone up the wall into total insanity. I mean, I guess it's amazing that he's been able to maintain what sanity he has left up to this point. So, yeah, but even so, it's pretty cool. I'm very excited to see how Chris develops through this campaign, especially from where he started at the beginning of the story. The other thing that I want to mention is the introduction of Piers, because I think that they introduced him in a really awesome way. Because here's this young guy. I'm assuming Piers must be in his early 20s, or maybe mid-20s at the oldest. And he's
very young.
He's standing up. He knows who Chris is. He knows who Redfield is about. And he just single-handedly stood up to him, without any hesitation, absolutely no fear whatsoever. Because Chris is a pretty, you don't mess with Chris Redfield. Yeah, you don't. Yep. You do not mess with Chris Redfield, and here's this really young guy just getting up all in his face, trying to, for good reason, trying to get him to remember everything and figure out, I guess, what his destiny, if you want to get into it, is. I think it establishes a great deal of respect on Piers's character. What are your thoughts on him, on your first impressions of him so far?
He seems he kind of played with that kind of duty aspect, and he could say, I mean, it was really great that kind of beginning. You tend to think that was great with the whole everyone stands up, and you think, well, he's probably gonna get he's probably gonna get beaten, and it's like, no, it's his whole crew, and I think that kind of inspired him. I think you can see kind of a commonality between the two, and that Piers is also a very kind of duty-driven person in the way that Chris is as well.
Yeah, and I am going to be very interested in seeing what the dynamic is going to be between the two of them, and how they're going to, what the chemistry will be between the two of them, because you've got Chris, who's a very seasoned soldier and fighter, and he's got a lot of experiences, and I think Piers is still pretty green, and he's a lot more idealistic. He's probably not seen all of the ugly things that Chris has seen, and therefore he might be more optimistic about things, if that makes sense. Dare I say, a little naive. So I think it'll be an interesting play between the two of them, because I think that Piers, like you said, is very duty-driven, and very, he's kind of a wide-eyed, I think he's going to be a wide-eyed noob. He definitely seems like he's got a lot of knowledge under his belt. I'm not belittling that at all, or anything. But I think when you put him up against someone so experienced as Chris Redfield, it'll be interesting to see how their different views on things will compare or clash. So, alright, enough talk. Just some of my thoughts before we begin. So I'm going to go and jump down from this helicopter and...
You're ready for the action.
Yes. Alright. Sam is a bit more of a tactical player than I am, so...
I'm immediately looking around for crates to loot.
Yeah, I think this is why I really like playing with different Let's Players, because it helps to experience different styles. Yikes. Different styles.
Ouch.
Did I just jump on top of you?
You just jumped on top.
I mean, not that I mind, the thought of Chris jumping on top of Piers. Not that I mind, but we've got zombies or Yavo or whatever it is we're shooting. We're fighting baddies. We're shooting stuff and blowing things apart. I'm going to several people have been pointing out a bunch of things that I've missed in the last couple of campaigns, like the quick shot. So I'm going to try to learn this whole quick shot thing. Oh, I don't know if that was it. It's L1 and R1 at the same time?
Yeah, it does like a spray.
Okay. I'll have to remember that. I think we're going down here. I find it interesting that we're starting in China, because I know at some point we're supposed to be in Eastern Europe.
Echo to HQ. We've encountered hostiles at Diamond 3. Moving in to engage. HQ copy.
Yeah. We're supposed to get to Eastern Europe at some point to meet up with Jake and Sherry, so I don't know if this is a flash forward or what, but we'll see how this works out.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how it all works out.
Yeah. And I don't even know if it's even going to be in Chapter 1 that we meet up with them, like we did in Jake and Sherry's campaign. Wow.
The BSAA has arrived on the scene. Excuse me, can I get a comment, please? Excuse me.
I love that. That's great.
Is this outbreak related to the situation back in the States? Is the BSAA involved there as well?
Look at this.
I almost pulled out my gun on that guy.
All civilians, clear out of the way!
I think when you enter the door, it does, at least for me, I didn't press L1 at all, but it put me right into the aiming mode.
Gotcha.
As you enter the door.
Oh man.
So this must be when they all coincide in China and after that.
Interesting.
Come in, HQ! Route 4 is a mix of civvies and hostiles. Got anything else?
I love the graphics in this game. Just the detail with the neon signs is fantastic.
There tends to be like a kind of a very good use of color, I think. The way that they use the color in this game.
Alpha team, switch course from Route 4 to Route 9er. Head to the destination through the building in the 6 of clubs.
Because they could just make it, you know, if it's realistic, they always have a tendency to do like grays and browns, but in this game they make a good use of like yellows and greens and all.
That's very true. I think we're supposed to go this way, into this door. There we go. That's right. Chris and Piers kicking stuff down and
HQ to all teams.
looking good doing
Alpha
it.
is en route to Ace of Spades. After they rendezvous with Delta, we will proceed with the operation as planned.
There's crates here. Definitely has, so far this definitely has a much different feel from the other three. Oh wow, even the item screen is different. I'm not...
Yeah, it's a lot more circular, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. I love how there's a different art style with the campaigns, I think. This is really cool. I'm enjoying this. And we haven't even really started shooting anything yet. Oh, there's a symbol there. I saw the symbol. Shoot it. Got it. Okay.
So now I think when we do co-op, because the last few times I've done this, it's been just me and the computer player.
Yeah.
When we do online through 2 different games, it doesn't use up the items.
Yes. Shally and I discovered that, yes. Oh no, that guy jumped. Or not jumped, but fell off. Yes. Yes. We have our own unique items, which is awesome.
Bravo to HQ. We're currently engaged with hostiles in the 4 of Hearts. It's not looking good. Requesting immediate backup. Copy that. HQ to Charlie. Assist Bravo with the 4 of Hearts.
I need to pull out my VATS. Press B and pull out my VATS from Fallout. Every single time I turn a corner.
They're killing unarmed civilians. They're gonna really love us.
Oh cool, I'm just looking at my weapons. I have an assault rifle and a 909 and a combat knife. So very similar to Leon's. Similar. There we go. Youch. Good shot, Piers. Uh-oh.
It's healing itself.
Oh, it's just not one good.
Here's HQ! We've made contact with 2 of them! It's the same kind we dealt with back in Adonia!
Copy that. Proceed with extreme caution.
I think he said something about it's the same like we saw in Adonia, which is where Chris and Sherry were. So I feel like we're gonna flash back, which I think is really cool. Whoa! Is that the helicopter? I'm wondering.
That must be Ada Wong helicopter, I would think.
It's either Ada Wong or the helicopter that is saving Leon, or the helicopter that Jake and
That's not good.
Ooh.
Okay, maybe it's not.
Oh, that looks like the helicopter that Leon and yes, because it crashed into a building. That's where Leon and Helena are, I think, or maybe not. Actually, no, maybe not. I'm just trying to start seeing like parallels to the.
You gotta put an end to this mess.
Or it might be. I don't know. I don't know.
Alpha team, proceed along Route 9er. Take a back alley to get to the Ace of Spades.
Okay.
The crates over that way.
Yeah.
There is.
Captain, you remember anything yet?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what I'm seeing here.
Does he have amnesia? I'm a little confused by that. If he's legitimately lost his memory or he just tried to push it out of his mind himself. I'm not sure. I think we're getting close to the 30-minute mark, but I want to shoot something before we end this session. So we'll see. We'll try to shoot something before we end the session, folks. Even if we go a little bit over than 30 minutes.
You know, I figured you'd be a little rusty. It looks like all that training's kicking right in.
Can the chatter. You ready?
There's an alley. Oh my goodness. I am already getting...
Hey.
There's an alley over here.
What?
Okay.
What's
No,
going?
it just went all the way around in a circle. Never
Oh.
mind.
You're already
I was checking out
lost.
an alley back that way to find some stuff, but it just brought me around back to the beginning.
Piers, now's not the time. Oh, here we go. Oh gosh, come on. You want this? Good job, Piers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're not dissolving though. See, I'm expecting them to dissolve though. Oh.
That's disheartening. I don't know if the Yavo do dissolve, do they?
Yeah, they do the...
Oh, that's right, they do.
Oh,
Maybe it's
scary.
Maybe it's because this is after the C virus got improved, because they got Jake's DNA, and they were trying to improve the C virus. So I don't know if that's part of it, part of the reason why. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. I was trying to do a melee. Didn't quite work out the way I planned. Here. Oh yeah. I love these automatic takedowns. They're so fun. Okay. There we go. Come on, boys.
It's Piers time.
It's Piers time.
all clear.
It's Piers time. I like that.
Weird. So many boxes. So many...
I know. Oh, dude. Hey, get away from him. That's my buddy, Fergus.
Fergus?
Not Fergus. No.
Went all the way from Scotland. PSA.
Oh!
Let's go to HQ! We can't hold them off! Retreating from Diamond 3! Requesting immediate status update. What's going on? We're overwhelmed! There's just too many of them! We got no choice! We have to fall back!
See, I'm just kicking people though. I'm not getting any cool like smashing into the wall things.
Oh yeah. Ooh. It's very intense. Having the events taking place in China is really cool because it's such a vibrant city.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
love
they could have just they really made a good use of color, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, all the signs they could have just done white with black signs, but
Right.
now they did red and yellow.
It's
They got these green cargo containers.
Yeah.
Great job.
It's not your typical survival horror because, like you said, in certain normal type of survival horrors, they go with the grays, they go with the drab. So it's a very different art style, and I love that. All right. Whoa. Nicely done, Piers. Nicely done. He's gonna regenerate.
Or he's just got a major cramp. You never know.
Ooh. Great.
No, are these aren't the shield guys? No, this is just a.
I don't remember. Ooh. Foul.
Oh, okay.
No, no. Just keep away from Fergus. Don't you dare. No.
Fergus.
Fergus, no. I haven't even been able to try your haggis yet. Actually. Oh, great. Take him down.
Shoot it! Keep him back!
I'm out of ammo. Oh! Dude, somebody came up right behind me. Oh, come on. Get off. Get off. I know you all want a part of Chris, but he's mine.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Oh.
There you go.
That's it. See, they're fizzling.
Okay, so they are
It
fizzling.
must just be the special ones.
It might be. Alright. Are there more? Yeah, there's more up there. This is for Fergus, you punk. Oh. I'm running out of ammo fast. Get him. Get him.
Oh, yes.
Nice. Alright, let's hang on for a sec, because I think we should probably stop here.
You two, stay here and tend to the wounded.
HQ, Alpha Team reporting. I got 4 of us heading along Route 9er.
Okay, I think this is a good place for us to stop. So thanks guys for joining us on our very first episode of Chris and Piers' campaign. Tune in next time. Sam, thanks for joining us on this campaign so far.
And a pleasure.
Until next time, folks, love yourselves and love each other.